blue-collar work ethic to put on the best show possible has won him a loyal audience that generally prefers beer to wine, knows what they like, and could care less about the cognoscente. Bon Jovi likes to think that they're drawn to his honest, optimistic music, but he's not oblivious to his sex appeal, which is why he wears those tight jeans for all the ladies on their night out.
Who comes to Bon Jovi concerts?
I think it's probably a 60-40 mix of girls to guys.
Why so many women, do you think?
They pay me for two things, singing and shaking my rear end. So hopefully that they're still coming and feeling good about themselves out in public and enjoying that euphoria with their friends.
At some point, that, over the years, must have posed a bit of a distraction for you, didn't it?
Well, sure. I mean, how could it not? They're beautiful to look at. But if the question is, you know, why not indulge? Ultimately, I got it right the first time.
He's talking about his wife, Dorothea, a former high school sweetheart who he's been married to for 20 years. She makes it a point to keep herself and their 4 children out of the spotlight.
Does she understand all this stuff?
Yeah, most definitely, because she's been through it with me since its inception.
I know she's talked about women like crawling over her to get to you.
It's true, but like I said, she's very self-assured and independent and strong-willed and knows who she is.
She also happens to be a black belt in karate. The family splits their time between New York, Long Island, and this sprawling estate on the Navesink River in the horse country of New Jersey.
I never would have figured you for a French chateau.
There you go. Never judge a book by its cover.
Bon Jovi says he and his wife wanted something timeless and classic, something understated, he joked, that they could grow into.
So this is the living room.
The living room. Do you do any living in here?
We actually really, truly do.
And with the push of a button, he showed us why. The floor parted, and from below emerged a giant screen that turned the parlor into a screening room.
That's what I call a big screen TV.
A little bit.
It is more than suitable for hosting titans of industry, entertainment moguls, and presidential candidates, all of which Bon Jovi has done here. And it serves as a signpost for just how rich, successful, and ambitious he's become. He has aspirations of one day owning part of an NFL franchise, which is one of the reasons he decided to buy the Philadelphia soul of the Arena Football League back in 2004. Nostalgic for the days when players were accessible and tickets affordable, Bon Jovi has tried to recreate the era when a dad could take a bunch of neighborhood kids to a game and when sports franchises gave something back to the community.
Does the football team make enough money for you to be doing all this stuff in their name?
No.
Does it make any money at all?
No. But we're not losing a lot of money either. I didn't do it to make money. In fact, on paper, owning a sports team doesn't make any sense to anybody. It makes no sense. It's not economically viable.
So Bon Jovi made the team the umbrella of his philanthropic endeavors, like refurbishing 15 townhouses on what had been one of the worst streets in Philadelphia.
So 15 of them were built by the soul?
Yeah.
That's an ambitious project for an arena football team.
That it is. That it is. The idea was I was going to take all the monies that we made and give it back and utilize it in ways that would affect the community. So initially I was playing Robin Hood, and if you needed a playground at a foster home, we built it. If you needed beds for a Covenant house, we gave them to you.
It helped make the Soul one of the most successful franchises in the league. And just a few hours after they won their home opener before 15,000 people at the Wachovia Center, the arena was being transformed for another Bon Jovi event. This time, it was his night job, another sold-out concert that was taking place on his 46th birthday. A few days later, the traveling circus with 92 employees and 27 truckloads of gear had moved west to Pittsburgh. And as with everything else in his life, John Bon Jovi is the ringmaster.
So what's your payroll?
Outdoors, it's a couple million a week. Indoors, it's half of that. It's hard. I mean, I get sick, man. There ain't no insurance for that, you know? John is the leader of this organization. It's defined. That's an advantage.
Richie Sambora is Bon Jovi's lead guitarist.
1985 Rolling Stone magazine reported that John was the only person who was actually on the record contract, and the rest of you were all employees of his.
That's true.
Is that still the same?
Still the same. It's the most unique position and the most unique thing in the record business, I think, today. It shows you even more the solidarity of what this union is about.
The loyalty goes both ways, and Bon Jovi has made them rich beyond their wildest dreams. Sam Bora, drummer Tico Torres, and keyboardist Dave Bryan have been together for 27 years now, since the earliest days on the Jersey Shore, and they remain among Bon Jovi's closest friends.
You guys seem to get along pretty well for a rock band.
We speak the same language. We've grown up in the same place. I mean, John and David and I were born by the same baby doctor in the same hospital.
It's a relationship that's closer than marriage. You know, we can't divorce each other, or the only way out of this band, I think, is death. That's about it.
It's taken them to London, Paris, Berlin, Tokyo, and a few years ago to Nashville, for what many people thought was a high-risk venture into the world of country music.
I spent 20 years trying to get out of this place. Was looking for something I couldn't place.
But a collaboration with Jennifer Nettles and Sugarland on a Bon Jovi song led to one of their biggest hits in years.
Been there, done that. I ain't looking back for the seeds I've sown.
Who Says You Can't Go Home became the first song ever written by a rock band to reach #1 on the country charts. And it won Bon Jovi a Grammy, a new audience, and another life. He thinks he still has a couple more to go.
And my biography's only half written. This was just the opening act.
And what's the rest of the story going to be?
That's the beauty of it. It never was going to be a coulda, shoulda, woulda. Too many people I've met are, I could have done that, I should have done that, I would have done that. Me, I said, let's go.